Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contracts. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
This episode is brought to you by LinkedIn. Psst, healthcare pros. Word's out, and it's too good to keep quiet. Look, LinkedIn is revolutionizing job hunting, making it possible to search by specialty, shift preference, and salary. Endless scrolling is out. Whether it's a mental health therapist or dental hygienist, finding the perfect role is faster and easier than ever. Head to linkedin.com/healthcare and start your search today.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso Virtuo Coffee Machines. Ready to enjoy the bold flavors of barista-quality Nespresso iced coffee at home? Simply fill a glass with ice and press the brew button on your Virtuo Pop machine to enjoy rich double espressos roasted to stand up even when chilled. Refreshingly bold iced coffee. Refreshingly easy to make at home. Visit Nespresso.com to shop now.
Vítejte v podcastu What is Weird a podcast o mezinárodních zprávách a událostech s moderátory Adamem Todem Brownem a Evhanem Lavrencem.
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to What in the World? I'm your host, Adam Todd Brown. Who else is joining me as other host?
Other host, Ethan Lawrence, reporting for duty.
Or is I Ethan Lawrence?
He's over in Britain, he is. International correspondent and that.
You don't know who's who because of me accent. We got the same accent.
It's not we the same person, bruv.
Right, in it.
In it though, eh?
Tea.
Tea. Lots of it, bruv.
Fancy a cuppa. Or did they say that in Australia? I don't know.
We have cuppers over here.
Cuppa? Sure.
Nice cuppa for you. So you ought to whack the kettle on. You don't have kettles, do you?
No, we make coffee like adults.
Yeah. How's that then? Without any hot water? Cold.
I mean, we have hot water here sometimes.
How often?
We run it through a machine. It heats the water for us. We're not made of free time to just be heating water for our morning drinks.
A kettle doesn't take that long, you know.
Well, it takes longer than we got here in
fair enough.
America.
You are a busy guy, of course.
Yeah,
a businessman.
Yeah. It's a busy country. That's why we can't fuck with tea. Who's got time for steeping? What? No.
No. Steeping.
No.
Who do you think you are?
We prefer a different breakfast drink that tastes like dirt over around these parts.
I tell you what, though, there's been an uptick in coffee around these parts. It's all the rage.
Really?
Yeah, everyone's on the whole coffee hype. I don't drink coffee, so especially working in the media industry, I'm in a minority of one on that.
I've considered switching to tea in the morning.
Oh, here, it's all coming out now.
I'm not mad at a tea, actually, but who knows? We'll see.
What brands of tea do you have out there? I'm so curious.
Oh, I mean, we've got the kind I always drink is called Tazo, T-A-Z-O.
No, we ain't got none of that.
Yeah, that's the only... I mean, there's also Celestial Seasonings or whatever, but they're like a cult.
Celestial Seasonings?
Let me see if I type in tea cult. Is it just going to bring it up for me? Yeah, Celestial Seasonings. They are a brand that is... They're like one of the biggest tea brands in this country, and they're linked to a yoga cult or some shit.
God, you can't have anything in America without a 50% chance of it being a cult.
Yeah. It's very, very troubling.
Although the way people talk about Yorkshire tea over here, it's cult-esque.
What is Yorkshire tea?
I'm going to shock you with this, Adam. It's tea from Yorkshire.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
It's a big old brand, and some people swear by it the same way others swear by like life-saving medicine.
Jeez. Well, now
I'm not one till I've had my Yorkshire tea. Get it down, you lad.
Now I kind of want to try it. But
I'll send some over. I'm pretty sure you can send tea bags over, can't you?
I think so. I might have to pay a tariff, but...
Oh, that's true. Well, I'm not selling it yet, so...
Oh, yeah, that's
it's
true.
A gift.
Yeah. I'm sure there's gift tariffs in place now.
tariffs on gifts. It's the way we're gonna afford all this shit.
It's how we eliminate the income tax in this country.
About damn time as well.
Yeah.
I hate paying stuff on things that I've earned.
Yeah. I hate funding public works and infrastructure. Not with my money.
Who's that for? I don't go outside or do anything.
There's a comedian, Tim Allen, who's a real right-wing fuckstick, and he was doing a radio interview once and talking about how he had to pay taxes when he was first starting out in comedy. And he was like, I'm just out here on the road doing comedy. I feel like I'm not taking that much from society. Why should I have to pay taxes? It's like, how do you think we fund the roads you drive on to get to your comedy shows, you fucking dullard?
And you have to drive on a lot of roads. That's not going to pay for itself, dragging yourself to some speakeasy one after another.
Yeah, we got to keep those roads up, you idiot. All right, should we talk about a different idiot? I mean, I don't know if this guy's an idiot, but...
it's international, so who knows?
It was a smooth segue. Either way, the segue brought to you by Segway. Segway when you need a segue. Segway.
Whoop, whoop. It's the sound of the segue.
Ethan, you could have knocked me over with a feather when I heard this news. Just a complete shock. El Salvador's ruling party passed a bill to overhaul the country's electoral system in a way that allows for President Nayib Bukele to run for an unlimited number of terms.
The only shocking thing about this for me is the fact that it took until now for him to do it.
Yeah, when he first took office, you could only run for one term in El Salvador. And he lobbied to be allowed to run for a second term because he had put this state of emergency in place to fight crime. And the crime is mostly gone now, but the state of emergency is still in place. So he's like, I got to stay president while we're still under this state of emergency. So you got to let me run for a second term. And the Supreme Court was like, no, actually, we don't have to let you do that. And he just fired the Supreme Court and replaced them with people who were more loyal to him. And they decided he could run for a second term. So you're right. I don't know why he didn't just at that point say, no, actually, I can run forever.
World's coolest dictator.
He is.
Kicking out all the people and replacing them with his friends. That's really cool.
Yeah. He has done some wild shit in the name of consolidating power in that country. The most audacious thing he did was just up and decide that their version of Congress should go from like 60 seats to 54 seats. And at the time, the opposition party held like 5 seats in Congress.
Oh, I wonder which ones they got rid of.
Yeah. None of his party lost their
weird.
seats. Very strange. And yeah,
That's
now
so weird.
That guy can just do whatever the fuck he wants in that country. It is
Well, thank
nuts.
goodness he's a level-headed kind of guy who's not going to do anything crazy.
Yeah. He's pretty normal. He didn't one time storm Congress with armed military members to demand that Congress vote on something. He did that.
Adam, who among us? Come on, let he who was without sin cast the first stone. We've all stormed Congress.
Not only did he do that, at the end of it, he just bowed his head and started praying and looked up and was like, God said I should give you more time. And then just fucking left.
That's not cool.
Exactly.
That's kind of awesome, actually.
I've been talking to God the past few minutes. He says you'll come to your senses. Don't worry.
And just walks out. I mean, I hate to give it to him. That is a baller move.
Yeah, I mean, he's not cool. He's just a fucking monster also.
Monsters can be cool.
He runs gulags. Yeah. I mean, all the horror movie monsters fucking rule.
Look at Sully from Monsters, Inc. He's a legend. Love that guy.
That guy's adorable. Bukele is one animated franchise away from being the world's most lovable dictator.
Oh, don't put that idea in his head.
It'll happen. We'll be forced to watch it in this country.
Clockwork Orange style, eyes pinned open.
So yeah, now it's been decided he can run as many times as he wants. This guy's like 45. So he's going to rule El Salvador for the next 50 years. And he looks like he takes pretty good care of himself too. He's a young 45.
Yeah, I had actually looked at a nice picture of him on the article that you shared, and I wouldn't put him a day over 36.
Yeah.
He looks good.
Yeah, he looks great. I think he was 36 when he first started in politics.
I've got to stop paying this guy compliments, man. Like I feel like I'm a Bukele stan now. I think I like him a lot.
I do get why people like him so much, because crime, I mean, the murder rate in El Salvador was nuts before that guy took office.
I mean, we've covered this on What in the World before, haven't we? It was, you know, again, even if they were fudging the numbers, it's not the sort of numbers that you can fudge. It was so much.
Right.
And, it worked. Again, they hate to say it, but it worked.
And that's why Trump is never going to be this guy. I think Trump thinks he's going to be the Nayib Bukele of America, but he's never going to be popular enough for that.
No, your country is far too divisive.
Yeah.
Like, you're never going to get everyone on board all at the same time.
No, the only way he's going to do that is if he literally kills or imprisons everyone who supports the other side, which, to Bukele's credit, that's what he did. But also, he's in a country with a population about the size of New York City. And
less people. It's easier.
Yeah. You got a lot more rabble-rousers to try and put down in this country. But I also don't doubt that we will try. So there were some reactions to this, obviously. Marcela Villatoro, Republican National Alliance, said democracy has died in El Salvador. I think that happened a while ago.
Yeah, probably around the time of his second term starting.
Yeah.
It was sort of around the time where the cracks were starting to form.
If nothing else, democracy has been in hospice for quite a while.
It's on a life monitor and the beeping is getting longer.
Yeah. Family is ready to pull the plug. International rights groups have been critical of the move also. This is another quote. The reforms lead to a total imbalance in the democracy that no longer exists. Did he mean to say it that way? That's Miguel Montenegro, director of Human Rights Commission of El Salvador.
I'd like to hope it was either sort of a kind of a shoddy mistranslation or he was caught saying it on the hoof, because that's a really weird sentence.
Yeah. Imbalance in the democracy that no longer exists.
It feels like go for one or the other.
Yeah.
The reforms make it unbalanced or it's not a democracy. Pick one, really. Again, it could have been a mistranslation. They were speaking El Salvadorian.
And last quote, the day before vacation, without debate, without informing the public, in a single legislative vote, they changed the political system to allow the president to perpetuate himself in power indefinitely, and we continue to follow the well-traveled path of autocrats. End quote. That's Noah Bullock, executive director of rights group Cristosal, which recently fled El Salvador to escape Bukele's crackdown on NGOs.
I mean, two things. Number one, this is a tactic that goes back centuries, ramming through some piece of like transformative legislation just before everyone breaks up for the summer. Old as the hills, that. The other thing, God, it must be very scary being the opposition in El Salvador at the minute.
I don't know why you would even bother. I would run for mayor in Mexico before I would be the opposition party in El Salvador.
Call back to the last episode. Listen, if you haven't already. And in fact, there was, which African country was it that we spoke about that had a king and an opposition party somehow?
Was it Eswatini? I think
that's the one.
Yeah.
God, yeah. Why would you tell me? People are already running away. Get out of there, man. You're next.
Imagine growing up and being like, you know what I want to do when I get older? I want to get murdered by the state.
Well, a lot of these people are probably the same age as Bukele, to be fair. They didn't see this coming.
Yeah, that's true.
He's only 45.
Yeah, and I might be overstating it. I think he might even be younger than that.
Oh, heck, really?
He is 44. He's born in 1981.
Wow.
I remember that year. I remember things that happened that year.
What happened that year, Adam? Tell me. I was only born in 92.
I will tell you, if I'm not mistaken, MTV launched in 1981. Yes, August 1st, 1981. 6 days. He is 6 days older than MTV.
Wow.
Nayib Bukele.
That really puts things into perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah. Someday we'll get a video of him landing on the moon and planting the flag of El Salvador instead of the iconic MTV video of the guy planting the MTV flag. The guy. I think that was Neil Armstrong. I don't know.
Spaceman.
Space guy.
Oh, Johnny Space.
Oh, spacewalker.
El Salvador could colonize the moon, I guess. Like, he could annex the moon. I mean, he's going to stop him.
Yeah. This guy, he's going to have a good fucking life. I know that.
Like, anyone objects, he just goes up to them, just places his finger on their lips and goes, shh, God said it's fine. I'll see you later.
What a brilliant business model. Just building all the prisons and being like, send your people here. We'll take them.
Again, I hate to give him credit, but like, he's played this pretty well. I mean, you know, the opposition is not at this point. Everyone in El Salvador seems relatively happy with what's going on.
Yeah, granted, he's one prison break away from being murdered in the streets, probably.
Oh, yeah, of course. But, you know, they make those bars thick in Epcot and break everyone's legs.
You said Epcot, Seacot.
Yeah, I did. Seacot, not Epcot. That's the Disneyland place, isn't it?
Also very strong bars there. That's where we keep our political prisoners. We send them
as well you should, in a big globe.
Yeah. They become parts of the attractions.
What an idiot I am.
Oh, man. So, yeah, Nayib Bukele. He's your president forever now, El Salvador. Enjoy it.
Well, I can't wait for us to go back to El Salvador over the coming weeks, because I'm sure we will.
I am sure. But for now, let's move to a different part of the world, South Korea. They have taken an interesting new approach to fighting crime. They have started deploying life-sized holograms of police officers in public parks. The 3D projection is based on a real-life Seoul Metropolitan Police Agency officer and stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. You couldn't make him a little taller.
I mean, that's quite tall in South Korea, isn't it?
I think it might be.
I mean, not to disparage the Far East, but they're typically not a tall nation.
I'm fresh off of watching Physical 100, and all the dudes on that are fucking giants.
Yeah, but I mean, they've been specially selected. They're freaks of nature.
Yeah. True.
You know, as a rule, generally, they're quite a petite people.
I don't know how you resist the temptation to punch a hologram cop right in the face.
It'd be satisfying. Or would it be satisfying? Because there's no tactile feedback.
Yeah, it would be like that thing in movies where someone tries to punch a ghost. And it's just it's not as satisfying as you think it's going to be, I bet.
You sort of feel like, you know, you're really getting one over, but then once you've all the way through and you're fully extended at that point, and it's like,
now, if you could get someone to stand where the projection is, so it's projected onto them, and then you hit them, that would feel great.
Now you've got a game.
But then
we're having fun. Then
you're going to jail because this hologram cop wants you to know that you are being watched.
Yes. This is very dystopian, this, but I also kind of like it.
The digital pig appears nightly between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. That's the only times crime is allowed in South Korea. At Jodong No. 3 Park in Central Seoul. Ever been?
No, but I've been to number 4. I've been to Jodong 4.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that place is wild. Oh, there's so much drugs and partying. You wouldn't believe.
I just thought it got too pop-oriented after Jodong No. 1. I'm more of a purist. I like it when it was more bluesy and raw, you know?
Oppa Gangnam Style, yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah, hey guys, do you remember Gangnam Style? That was 13 years ago.
I do want to know why it's only between the hours of 7 p.m. and 10 p.m.
That's when all the crime happens.
Does crime stop after 10 p.m.?
They've finished their work, they go out, get blackout drunk, fight each other in the park, and then home by 11. Lovely bit of business.
It sounds nice.
They've got all their pop records to make, their pop music records. I assume that's the major occupation of people in Seoul, South Korea.
Yeah. K-pop and mukbang videos, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously.
That's it.
So, yeah, this cop, it pops up every 2 minutes to deliver a pre-recorded message reminding park patrons that they're being watched by security cameras and that police will respond in real time in the event of an emergency. And then it just vanishes back into the night. Ooh, scary.
I mean, I should hope they respond in real time as opposed to hologram time. Just an army of ghosts traipsing through that. I mean, that's the beginning of a South Korean horror film. I'd watch it.
Yeah.
Ghost cops.
Imagine you're getting the shit beat out of you, though, and a whole fleet of hologram cops just shows up and starts yelling at the person to stop.
Halt!
We're going to send real cops. You don't stop it.
Oh, my stomach. They're hurting me. They're hurting me so bad.
This has been in operation since last October. It was developed by a company appropriately called Hologramica, and there has reportedly been a 22% reduction in crime since the hologram cops were deployed, which means a strong number of Korean criminals did not realize there were surveillance cameras in the parks where they were committing crimes.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, they got distracted by the hologram cop. Like, right, what's he going to do? He's but a hologram. He is not a man.
Either that or the hologram cop showed up and they were like, no shit. We're being watched.
Whoa!
Those cameras are watching us. All right.
In the park, having a big fight with crowbars and that.
I guess I won't commit the crime I was planning to commit. It's 9:55 anyway. Who knows if I'd have got it done by deadline.
Ooh, running out of time.
Got to get back home.
There's a shop on my high street in the UK. It's called Pound Stretchers. It's making those pounds stretch further.
Oh, okay.
There's basically any kind of sort of bric-a-brac you can get in there. You get buy a flower pot and, something like that, whatever. There's all sorts of stuff.
So like a dollar store is what we would probably call it here.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
They had, for a time, a very short time, they put in the window of the shop, they put a cardboard cutout of a police officer. High vis with the hat and everything. Life size. Yeah. Like there's cardboard cutouts you get at the movie theater. And it was there for, I want to say, 3 days before it got decapitated.
Yeah, I was going to say, it'd be funny if someone just stole that.
They just stole the head. They left the body. It was a statement. That was a real kind of, we've got a Malden Massif over here.
Oh, that's even better.
An honor killing. And I'm going to be honest with you, for the amount of time we went up there, I don't think it reduced shoplifting.
Yeah, I imagine, again, like your first temptation would just be to steal that.
Yeah, 3 days. 3 days before it was summarily beheaded and paraded through the town.
I wish that part happened. Someone just...
A fucking Wicker Man over here.
Just drags it behind their car.
Screeching up the road.
Teach you to spy on us, copper.
If only.
Make your next move with American Express Business Platinum. Enjoy complimentary access to the American Express Global Lounge Collection. And with a welcome offer of 150,000 points after you spend $20,000 on purchases on the card within your first 3 months of membership, your business can soar to new heights. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum. Amex Business Platinum. Built for business by American Express.
I didn't think the pain from the shingles rash would affect simple, everyday tasks like bathing, getting dressed, or even walking around. I was wrong. Though not everyone at risk will develop it, 99% of people over the age of 50 already have the virus that causes shingles, and it could reactivate at any time. I developed it, and the blistering rash lasted for weeks. Don't learn the hard way, like I did. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist today. Sponsored by GSK.
At Blinds.com, it's not just about window treatments. It's about you, your style, your space, your way. Whether you DIY or want the pros to handle it all, you'll have the confidence of knowing it's done right. From free expert design help to our 100% satisfaction guarantee, everything we do is made to fit your life and your windows. Because at Blinds.com, the only thing we treat better than windows is you.
Shop Blinds.com Labor Day Mega Sale happening now. Save up to 50% site-wide plus a free measure. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Hey, speaking of England, it's turning into the goddamn Wild West out there, at least as it pertains to Brazilian butt lifts.
Yeehaw, SA.
You getting any black market Brazilian butt lifts out there?
Not me personally. I'm fine with my pert little tush. But, if you hit the curb these days in the UK, you can't move for these dump trucks reversing all over the place.
I mean, I'm not mad at that.
I haven't been to the club in years.
Who doesn't love a big old dumper? Yeah. I haven't been to a club in, decades, probably, I would say.
I can only assume it's just everyone's got Brazilian butt lifts and some of them are leaking.
Ew.
It's just slick on the floor.
Yeah, currently in England, a license with an S is not required to perform things like Brazilian butt lifts and Botox injections. Why not? Although I think it's the same thing here.
I think it was because Brazilian butt lifts, I think, are fairly new. Like the Botox thing, beauticians would do that for you. They just have that on hand. And I guess that there's some people, as always with these sorts of things, some people just trying to push their luck a bit, I guess, where they're like, hey, you can get Botox and also I can sort your butt out and everything. And then you carefully back away and say, please don't word it like that. I don't want you fiddling with my butt.
So there are now plans in place to introduce new rules that would make it so only qualified healthcare professionals can administer BBLs and things of the like. Providers will be regulated by the Care Quality Commission. I know what that is. And clinics offering lower risk procedures like Botox will have to be licensed.
I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, again, I'm not one for the nanny state, as people who are familiar with this podcast will know, but this doesn't feel like a particular overreach. It's sort of like maybe the people who are injecting stuff into your ass should know what they're doing.
Yeah, this feels like the kind of government intervention the whole world needs, for sure. This is what the government should be doing.
Someone said at the end of the article, they're like, we're not talking about banning these things, just making sure that it's like safe. And that doesn't sound like an awful thing.
And if people are unfamiliar, a liquid BBL involves injecting filler into the buttocks to lift them and make them look more rounded. It's for people who don't want to put in the work on the Stairmaster like I do.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen your butt. My God, it's earth-shaking.
It takes work. Either that or I'm going to have to go to England and get a cheap Brazilian butt lift.
No, you better make it quick. I know a guy, by the way. I know a guy who does this sort of stuff. He's called Lloyd, and he lives down, the river.
Lloyd the Lifter?
Yeah, Lloyd the Lifter. He lives by the river. You know where that bin's always on fire?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Where all the unlicensed medical practitioners live.
Yeah, him and his river people will sort you out, no problem.
A 33-year-old woman named Alice Webb died in England last year after complications from a BBL. When the procedure goes wrong, it can lead to blood clots and sepsis. I imagine that's right.
Yeah, I mean, anytime stuff's getting injected into or around you, there's always some risk of that. And especially if the guy's doing it hasn't cleaned any of these utensils.
Yeah. I think it was Priscilla Presley, someone like that, had massive side effects from Botox injections she got at a party at Lionel Richie's house. It's like, why are you getting medical procedures at a party at someone's house?
But it's Lionel Richie's house. You expect a certain level of quality.
That's true. It's true.
Yeah, it's not just any old schmo.
No, I got this. I can do it. It's easy, like Sunday morning. Oh, it's your song. I get it.
Takes another drink. Yeah.
Just hurls a fucking needle at your face.
Like darts.
Now push that in.
Poof.
Another woman, awesomely only identified as Triggs, suffered bruising, swelling, and a pigmentation issue that left her looking like she's got a big old shiner on her left eye.
We love Triggs.
Triggsy.
Triggsy.
That was after undergoing a counterfeit skin treatment. The treatment she was receiving normally cost $2,000, but the clinic she was at only charged $100. I feel like that is your first indication of potential problems.
It's quite a steep discount, isn't it? Like 95% off.
That is a lot. And I would have questions if someone was offering me a discount of that nature on anything. I would assume I was getting a stolen skin treatment, if nothing else.
Well, it was counterfeit.
Like it just fell off the back of a truck. And
they took it off of someone else.
They found it.
We'll be having that back. Pulling on the syringe.
Just out there administering stolen treatments. This is a quote from Triggs.
Triggsy.
I had visited this particular clinic before for other cosmetic treatments such as skin boosters and waxes, so I thought I was in safe hands when they offered me a treatment to tighten and lift my face. And here's the thing. You can tell from looking at Triggs, she didn't need this.
God love Triggs.
I think Triggs looked fine before this, probably.
I mean, it's tough, isn't it? Because, like, I've found myself in sort of the position where I'm sort of like, do you know what? If it makes you happy, fair enough.
Yeah.
And then stuff like this happens. And it's like, okay, maybe that's not the case, eh?
Now, there is some good news in that these rules and regulations won't take effect until at least next year. So, Ethan, there is still time to start yourself a brief but lucrative Brazilian butt lift business.
Oh, where am I going to get all the... Where do I get the Botox from? Back of a truck? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Can you buy it wholesale?
Let's see if you can just buy it on the internet. Yep. Maxi Fill Body Filler. You can buy that shit at Walmart.
All right. Come on down to Ethan's Butt Emporium and we'll sort you out with a big ol' ass.
On Slim Spa, the body care specialist, you can get a 5 vials of BBL Booty Protocol for $89. This doesn't seem right.
How many vials would it require to get someone to the level of dumper that they need?
I don't know, but I'm going to hope it's only 5 because that's what I'm going to try.
We'll start with all 5 and then we'll scale it back if we need to.
It's crazy that you can just buy this shit. You can buy it on Etsy. What?
Artisanal Botox.
Small batch artisanal Brazilian butt lifts.
Mom and pop butt lifts.
It says it's a digital download? What is happening?
You can download the Botox directly into your ass.
Oh, man.
Just point your anus towards the QR code and we'll sort your white out.
Yeah, I need to know how a Etsy BBL works. Only $34.
I would say, while he still can, that's a worthwhile investment just to find out what the process is. At worst, you've lost $35.
Yeah. I think everyone should try it. We all got to try a BBL once, right?
I'll stick to the stair lift, thank you.
All right. This next story is pretty fucking weird. Raphael Graven, known online as Jean Pormanov, featured regularly on the streaming platform Kick, just realizing how appropriate that name is, where he would be physically assaulted or humiliated by other streamers as viewers watched live. He died recently during a live stream where he was being assaulted and humiliated to the delight of 10,000 viewers. Crazy.
Yeah. So Kick is like Nazi Twitch, right?
I think so, yeah.
That's the vibe I got. I didn't want to dive too deep because I didn't want to end up on any lists. But yeah, it sort of feels like it is to Twitch what Rumble is to YouTube, feels like.
Yeah. And apparently those prudes over on Twitch don't allow you to get your ass beat for the enjoyment of thousands of viewers.
It's political correctness gone mad.
It sure is.
It's the woke mind virus.
So you got to go to Kick, where speech is still free. Although they said they are cooperating with authorities. Here's a quote. Our priority is to protect creators and ensure a safer environment on Kick. All co-streamers who participated in this live broadcast have been banned pending the ongoing investigation.
That'll show them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go on Kick anymore, you assholes.
Yassine Sadouni, a lawyer for one of the co-streamers seen abusing Pormanov, says it was all made up. This is a quote. All those scenes are just staged. They follow a script. End quote. So did the script say kill me?
I was going to say, why'd he die then?
Yeah.
Well, that sort of feels like if we're faking everything else, we might as well fake that and all, right? He doesn't have to actually die on stream.
And is there nothing else you can think to do on camera to make money?
Well,
this is a Black Mirror episode.
Well, yeah. And what got to me reading it again, I didn't want to dive too deeply because, again, list. But was he being coerced? Like, why didn't he just leave?
It sounds like this was just his thing. His whole thing was watch me get beat for money.
I don't want to yuck anyone's yums. I mean, I've certainly done some things for money that I'm not proud of, but even so, I don't know if I'd let myself be physically assaulted on camera to the point of death.
And imagine being one of the people paying to watch that shit.
I mean, that has become a snuff film at that point.
Ugh.
Right? Like, that's full on a snuff film.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you're just paying to watch someone die. I don't want to watch people die.
No,
I mean,
I get
a few people, but I'm not going to name them. Lists.
No, I get enough of that at home. You know what I mean? I could just nip down to mid-dungeon if I want to see people suffer, you know?
Exactly. We all got
I'm not
one.
live streaming that. That's for me.
And this comes hot on the heels of the death of a mukbang streamer at the end of January. For those who are unfamiliar, second reference to mukbang videos on this episode so far. But those just involve people eating absurd amounts of food while presumably creeps jerk off anonymously online to it.
Sounds about right. I mean, it does tend to be frighteningly petite Korean girls generally.
Yeah.
And it's like, where are you putting all that? And then we found out because she died.
Yeah. Well, in this case, it was a 24-year-old Chinese streamer who died.
Oh, my apologies.
In January after agreeing to a challenge where she ate for 10 hours straight. She eventually consumed 300 kilograms of food, which means nothing to me as a staunch supporter of the imperial system. That is more than 600 pounds of food. That's a lot.
Yeah, now I'm a big lad, Adam. I'm not going to sit here and claim that I'm not. That's considerably heavier than me. And that's going into a small Chinese lady.
It is 42 stone.
Oh, okay. That's like well over twice my weight.
That's a lot. That's a lot of stone. That's a couple of Bush albums with stone to spare.
Yeah, tell me about it. That's an ornamental garden, that is.
For the record, everyone, Bush had an album called 16 Stone. You know, Bush, former president of the United States.
That's my Adam Todd Brown. Always got his finger on the pulse of modern pop culture.
Goddamn right. Check out 16 Stone in stores now, probably.
You can't buy physical.
Used record store will probably have a copy. You never know.
Yeah, in a bin somewhere. I mean, this is a thing that's happening all over the internet these days, though. There's a TikToker that I've become reasonably obsessed with. He's called Dean Alex. Shout out to Dean Alex. He starts every video with a caption of someone daring him to do something, and it'll come on. He has a fun accent. I'll try and mimic it. So let's say it's something like you've got to down a whole bottle of mayonnaise. So he'll come in. He's got shorts pulled up to his nipples, and he runs on camera. Goes, "What does that say? Someone wants me to drink a whole bottle of mayonnaise. Do you not know who I am, kid?" And then proceeds to do it and usually throws up. And it's, I don't know why I'm so obsessed with it, but I love it.
What is his name?
Dean Alex 7 on TikTok, if people want to check it out.
I'm sure people do. I kind of want
you'll
to.
be surprised. That was a frighteningly accurate impression as well. I mean, that's just what got me. Do you not know who I am, kid? It's just such a funny thing to say. Because it's like, the first time I saw him, I was like, no, I don't know who you are, but I'm sticking around to find out.
And especially in response to something like eat a whole jar of mayonnaise. You don't know who I am? Oh, it's the mayonnaise man, I is.
He's done all of the challenges. He's had that, what's that Scandinavian fish in a can? Surströmming, or whatever it's called.
It would be so much funnier if it was just mayonnaise every time.
And every time he fails.
Every time he pukes. Oh, let's get the video started then.
What does that say? 2 bottles of mayonnaise. Do you know who I am, kid?
Oh, that's gross. Old thing of mayonnaise, I'd puke too.
It's a lot of mayonnaise. I don't know if he's ever done that specifically, but it also wouldn't surprise me. He does a lot of terrible things to his body in the name of content.
There is apparently also a wildly popular streamer in Spain right now named Simon Perez, who accepts money from viewers in exchange for things like pouring buckets of vomit over his head or drinking his own urine. I feel like if you're active on the internet for long enough, you're going to drink your own urine.
I mean, it's the end point, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just going to quickly Google something. And basically, it's me trying to find out how to say, "Do you not know who I am, kid?" in Spanish for everyone. Kid in Spanish. Let's see what we can do here. No sabes quién soy, apparently.
That's sounded right to me from all my Duolingo experience. Duolingo, the neediest goddamn app on the internet.
Powered by AI.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
fuckers.
All right. Not even sort of joking when I say this next story sounds like something the CIA would secretly be involved in. 365 people fell ill recently in a town in Indonesia after eating school lunches provided as part of President Prabowo Subianto's free meal program. Ooh, this country hates a free meal program. What are you doing feeding poor people, you communists?
Indonesia and all of your many hundreds of islands.
This program, which cost an estimated $28 billion, has been suspended pending testing of food supplies for contamination. This is just one in several cases of food poisonings that have happened as a result of food given out by this program. More than 1,000 people across the country have been sickened by free meals since the program launched in January. Not joking. This is exactly the kind of thing the CIA would see happening and be like, nope, we're going to put that down.
It does, but also, this is probably a bad question because you'll probably have an answer that will really upset me. But what business do they have with Indonesia? What beef there?
Oh,
do we have a problem with Indonesia?
Probably. And I think we just don't like to see stuff like this thrive because we are the richest country in the world. So people here might see stuff like this and be like, hey, why can't you give our kids free school lunches?
And the answer secretly will be because the CIA laced another country's free school lunches with anthrax. So,
yeah. The answer will be stop asking questions. We'll send you to El Salvador.
To Epcot.
You've just questioned the American government. Where are you going next? Epcot.
Yay!
That's what they said, right? Epcot? I think I heard it right.
That's the one. I can't wait, personally. I've always wanted to go.
They say the weather's nice down there right now. So, yeah, now this program is suspended. People are questioning whether it should be a thing at all. It is weird how bad it goes when countries try to feed poor people.
Yeah. 28 billion does seem like a lot, though.
It's a lot of money, yeah.
Like especially because I know Indonesia does have a lot of islands, but I can't imagine it's that popular. So maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree there.
Let's see. 283 million.
Okay, that's actually quite a lot. All right, yeah. I stand corrected.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
This is Ethan Lawrence, your international correspondent who has no idea.
Indonesia, what?
Yeah, it's like 5 people living there, right?
Yeah, as big of a tool as Tucker Carlson is, I did love the interview he did with Ted Cruz, where Ted Cruz was talking about invading, I think, Venezuela or something like that. And Tucker Carlson's a big isolationist type. So he was like, how many people are in Venezuela? Ted Cruz was like, I don't know. He's like, you want to invade the country and you don't even know how many people are there? And just starts hammering him on fucking Venezuela history and questions. It's like, oh, you're a Nazi fuckface too, but this is fun.
The worst person you know made a good point meme.
So, yeah, I guess let this be a warning to other countries. Don't try to feed poor people or it will mysteriously go wrong.
So what part of that packed lunch do we think it was? Because I think that from what I recognize, there was 2 dairy products in there because they had a scrambled egg and they had a box of milk. The rest of it sort of seemed kind of innocuous.
Turmeric rice. I know rice can go bad pretty quick.
That's true. But turmeric's good for you, so it should balance out.
Yeah, turmeric, that's an anti-inflammatory, so that should kill any mold or anything that builds up in the rice, so that can't be
That's some science facts from what in the world.
Yeah.
Just put some turmeric on some rice and it will not poison you.
Correct. Yeah, a box of milk, that could do it. That could do it. Fried tempeh. Yeah, I know what that is.
I think it's some kind of tofu derivative, I think, possibly. Then again, this is me who was talking about how Indonesia only has 100 people living in it.
No, I think you nailed it. It is an Indonesian dish made by deep frying fermented soybeans.
Same stuff.
Yeah.
There it is.
Scrambled eggs, that could do it. Cucumber salad, probably not. I feel like you'd just look at a cucumber and know it's no good.
You'd notice.
Yeah.
The cucumber that's gone on the turn is not a pretty thing.
I'm going to blame the milk, even though I do think the internet is a little hard on milk. I think we need to provide an exit ramp for people who want to drink milk regularly but are still allies, like myself.
I sort of feel like liquids shouldn't come in a box. Maybe I'm old-fashioned.
What about wine?
That would come from a bottle, Adam. I'm not putting wine in a box. I'm not some kind of heathen.
Boxed wine is a huge thing in this country.
Well, bully for you. And I don't want to hear any of you complain about UK food ever again. You put wine in a box.
Sometimes people do a really fun thing. You call it a space bag, where say you're going to a thing that lets you bring your own booze. You buy a box of wine and just take the Mylar bag that it's in out, and you just carry a big ass bag of wine with you. It's called a space bag because it's silver.
Right.
Yeah.
That sounds healthy. Good country.
It is. Yeah. Boxed wine. Because you always want to have wine on tap. It's got a little tap.
We do have boxed wine here, but they tend to sell it to people like Lloyd. You know that guy who lives down by the river and give you a Brazilian butt lift? He drinks a lot of boxed wine.
I mean, I'm not saying it's our high society out here drinking boxed wine. It's your true crime moms and things like that.
You're not going to catch Gavin Newsom at the French Laundry with a box of wine.
Only if he took it from a homeless person.
Which he might have done, to be fair.
That he might, yeah.
Give me that. I'll have my Cabernet Sauvignon from you, young man.
All right. So this next story. No fucking way. A new form of stick insect has been discovered living in high altitude trees in Australia. And you're not going to believe this part. It is big as fuck.
It is, though. Like, if go to the show notes. I urge everyone to go to the show notes and have a look at the picture of this thing because it is fucking huge.
It looks like if you swung it and hit someone with it, it would hurt. Like they would be hurt if you beat someone with this.
A kosh.
Yeah.
Like a blackjack or something. Get to the measurements because this is just people need to know how fucking big this thing is. It's horrifying. I'm not even like a scared of insects guy, but this would worry me. I would be troubled.
Yeah, it's called Acrophila alta, and it weighs slightly less than a golf ball. So just that. Imagine everyone's held a golf ball. That's a heavy-ass bug.
Yeah, bug-wise, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, grand scheme of things, that's not that heavy. That's sort of fine. But yeah, an insect? I imagine an ant that weighed as much as a golf ball.
Oof. Yeah. Bad times.
You ain't walking if one of those gets on you.
This thing measures 40 centimeters in length. That is 15 inches, America. Goddamn. That is 1.25 feet long.
So regulation-sized school rulers in the UK are 30 centimeters. That's roughly about a foot, right?
Yeah.
So that's longer than that.
Yeah, there's a picture of someone. This guy must be a Navy SEAL or something because he's just holding this thing in his hand with no fear.
I think he's just an Australian.
It looks like a missile. On top of being long as shit, it's got these big wings at the end of it that just like fan out.
It looks like if one of the head crabs from Alien fucked a shuttlecock.
Yes.
It is one of the most fucked things I think I've ever seen.
Yeah. Imagine if you were just in the fucking forest, woods, whatever Australia has, and this thing just fell on you. Ugh.
I think immediate cardiac arrest for me, I think.
Yeah. One time when I was a teen, I was driving and I stopped at a red light. As I was pulling up, I saw this thing with big wings just kind of flying around, and I couldn't quite place what it was. It clearly wasn't a bird, but I didn't think it was a bat either. And I was like, man, that thing's weird. I'm glad it's flying away. And then I looked over and I had, I guess it's like a grasshopper or something that was a good 5 or 6 inches long, just sitting on the edge of my window. That's what was flying around with those big ass goddamn wings.
Whoa.
I panicked. And fortunately, it did not fly back in the car with all my subsequent flailing and opening and closing the door.
That is, again, for context, people, that is 3 times smaller than the stick insect.
Yeah. My car probably would have crashed if this thing landed on it. It is massive.
It's so big.
And it was only discovered because someone posted a photo of one on social media. And a couple of nerdlinger scientists were like, that looks new. And just went out looking for one and found it.
Nerds. They're always doing that.
Let's give them a fucking swirly.
Although, especially in Australia, though, like it's actually probably good just to know what's out there.
Yeah.
Like the bush is messed up. So they're like, stick insect. Let's see if it can kill you.
And the article we'll link to, it's kind of long. They go into a lot of detail about how you find these things. And apparently it's best if you find them fucking because they're easier to identify through their eggs. So you have to stand there like a creep and leer at them while they're boning. And then I guess you got to wait for the eggs and then you steal them. You steal them.
Yeah, you steal them.
You steal them and your fofo make sure all their kids don't grow.
They also point out, and again, I love the natural world. One of the other reasons why it's good to find them fucking is because the males look so different from the females that a lot of the times they see a male and a female stick insects and go, those are not the same species.
That's weird.
Yeah, because again, this happens a lot in insect circles and arachnid circles, I suppose, but like the male is considerably smaller.
Oh, see, I was going to assume the man he's just really on swole in the upper body.
No, they get it the other way around with insects.
Oh, I don't like that.
Just some big beefy chicks and some tiny, tiny little dudes.
And I suppose male insects got the right to vote last.
Oh,
in insect world.
Probably. I mean, we're talking. The thing, a praying mantis is a big one for me, just because of this, how awful the male's life is. Because they've got a brain in their butts. They got a Brazilian brain butt lift. And the reason for that is because when they start doing raw fucking, when they start doing that, the female praying mantis will just turn over, just bite its head off.
Yeah.
So they need a brain in the butt to just keep thrusting. It just sucks being an insect out there if you're a dude.
To die doing what you love.
Raw fucking.
It's just you only get to find out you love it once. Oh, this is great. I can't wait to do this several more. Ah! Shit.
Oh, shit.
But actually, you're still thinking how you can't wait to do it several more times, not realizing your head's gone.
It's just coming out as farts.
Your brain is in your butt.
I would, no. Don't be a male insect, kids. Unless you're into that. I'm not here to yuck anyone's yums.
Yeah, I'm not here to kink shame. So this is a quote about these horrifying creatures from James Cook University researcher Professor Angus Emmett. It lives high in the canopy. So unless you get a cyclone or a bird bringing one down, very few people get to see them. End quote. One, we call them tornadoes around these parts, and that fucking bug can stay in the tree where it belongs. Thank you very much.
Love the wording of it as well. People get to see it like it's a treat.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see the massive fuck off stick insect.
Yeah, I'd be afraid to walk around this thing if it landed in my path.
It's just everyone stay away from northeastern Australia because there's big stick insects and probably a whole host of other things.
And I used to have an internet friend who was from Australia, and they would get so salty when people would mention that Australia has huge spiders and shit. It's like, there's more to this country than that. It's like, yeah, but you still got the huge spiders in all.
That's a factor. Like, you can't very well sit there and go, yeah, but we've got beaches.
But
yeah,
the Vegemite, though.
You got massive spiders. Yeah, but, we've got all this wonderful city structures and everything. Yeah, but spiders, though. We got corks on our hat spiders, though. The spiders.
Cannot stress enough, those spiders. They're very big.
You got the black widows as well. Black widows, again, talking about the arachnid bugs. The reason why they're called that, widows.
Yeah. Yeah, Australia. It's a frightening place.
I will not go there unless forced.
Yeah, I've always kind of wanted to visit, but I don't know why.
I guess because it's like exotic and there's also, English speaking people there.
Yeah, it would be easy, I guess. But
it's like, it's a fucking ball ache to get to.
Yeah, it's way, way out there.
It's 24 hours with, I think, 2 connections from where I am. And I imagine it's probably similar for Americans. You've got to get across the whole of the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah. It's a trek. Might as well just go to fucking China or something.
Yeah, stop over on the Galapagos Islands, land there, eat a tortoise, move on.
Ooh, always wanted to eat a tortoise. I had a chance to eat frog legs yesterday, and I did not take it.
This is very, very interesting because earlier this year, I had the opportunity to eat snails, and I did.
How was that?
It was fine. It wasn't like bad. It just also wasn't great either. In the French style, it was served with like a garlic parsley butter, and that was the best bit.
Yeah.
Really, it was just a conveyor belt to get butter in my face.
I do fuck with butter. I do enjoy it.
Realistically, I would have preferred, we're bringing this up again, episode 3. I would have preferred a baguette.
Sure.
But if the French are going to insist on doing it with snails, then I guess that's fine as well.
How weird would it be if that's what French people were known for having sticking out the end of their grocery bags? Just snails. Just slithering around.
Big shell.
Waiting to be
massive fuck off snail.
Popped in some Parisian dude's mouth. Ugh.
Yeah,
Gross.
Don't eat the shells either. They're not so nice.
I bet the frog legs would have been fine. They just look like chick wings. I should have eaten one.
I think they do taste sort of like a kind of watery chicken as well, as what I hear.
Oh, I don't like that description. A watery chicken?
Yeah, I mean, there's not much meat on there. I can't imagine it being particularly high in solids.
They should just fry up the whole frog. Eat it
like an apple.
Yeah. Eat it like you're a fucking gladiator eating someone's heart. They did that, right? Probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's history.
If not hearts, then frogs.
So let's end on a bummer, shall we?
Hell yeah.
Oh, man. Did you know there is a genocide happening in Gaza right now? The way things are going in England, I don't know if Ethan's even allowed to say that without going to prison, but...
As long as I don't mention one prescribed group, we're all going to be fine. So I can say the words Palestine, and I can say the words action, but I can't say I could support those two things at the same time.
No, people are legit going to jail for that shit.
It won't stick. It won't stick because it's such an insane overreach. Like, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I sure hope it doesn't. God damn. But let's talk about Israel itself. Over the last 2 years, Israel's been bombing Gaza, and by the most conservative estimates, they've killed around 60,000 people. Probably more than that.
Just in the interests of balance, I would like to throw in the Zionist view on this. No, he didn't. Please continue.
Israel has a right to defend itself.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Sure.
Everyone has a right to defend themselves. It's just a matter of how you do it.
That's not what this is.
So Israel swears up and down that the people they've been killing are primarily Hamas fighters. Granted, the number of people killed, I think, outnumber the known population of Hamas fighters in Gaza, but whatever. But now, a new leaked military report suggests that Israel knows that is a lie. Get the fuck out of here.
Say it ain't so.
The report, based on an internal Israeli intelligence database that records the deaths of fighters from Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad, estimated that Israel has killed 8,900 fighters during the course of the war in Gaza. As of May, the total confirmed number of dead was 53,000. So by those numbers, about 16.8% of those killed by Israel were probably fighters. And the rest? Ooh.
You know how we were saying about how Bekele could fudge the numbers to a certain extent, but there still was a great reduction in crime? This is sort of the opposite of that.
Yeah.
That's too big of a range.
Yeah. There's no fudging these numbers at all. Especially, you're right, that kind of disparity, 8,900 compared to 53,000, 60,000, probably more than that.
I mean, let's be honest, it's more than that, let's be honest.
Because a lot of times in these attacks, bodies will just get incinerated by bombs. So those deaths probably aren't being counted. There's people who are just, their bodies are in areas controlled by Israel and no one can go in and get them to count them. There's bodies buried under rubble. So it's more than that.
And we just had the news that they double tapped a hospital, which is obviously the actions of someone who is on the defensive, I would say.
Yeah,
double tapping a hospital. It was quite fun, actually, because our Prime Minister and Home Secretary, Keir Starmer and David Lammy, tweeted in very strong terms about how this is terrible and it must stop happening immediately. And then that's the end of their contribution to that.
Yeah. Do they give money to Israel, I wonder? Probably, right? Of
course they do.
Yeah, of course.
We've got spy planes flying out of Cyprus going all around Israel all the time.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Everyone gives money to Israel.
Of course we do. They are God's chosen people, which is why they need all this money.
And so, yeah, whatever the case, it seems like according to Israel's own military reports, more than 80% of the people they've killed were civilians.
So at this point, are we supposed to say that these internal briefing reports are Hamas as well?
Yeah, they're anti-Semitic for sure.
Now, that sounds a lot like Hamas propaganda. So unfortunately, the state of Israel is now Hamas.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but
I think that's what we need to find out. How did Hamas infiltrate the IDF to make these reports?
Insidious, isn't it? Getting in there, writing all these reports.
Just evil. And this all despite Netanyahu bragging in September that Israel had the, quote, lowest ratio of civilian to combatant deaths in the history of modern urban warfare. Shut up.
I know that politicians have lied for a long, long time, but I don't like how it's just so blatant now. You could just say that and just go, yeah, that. And everyone's like, oh, okay.
Well, it used to be, hey, Mr. President, that thing that's rumored to have happened, did that actually happen? And they would go, no. And then we'd find out later that it happened. Now it's, hey, did that thing we saw with our own eyes actually happen? And they just go, no. You're
Hamas for asking that, actually.
Yeah, you didn't see what you saw. Stop lying to yourself. We're getting gaslighted is what's happening. And even when Netanyahu made that statement, he claimed that the army killed one civilian for every fighter killed. And I'm like, that still seems like a lot.
I tell you what, it also seems like not the best fighter to civilian casualty ratio.
Yeah.
1 for 1? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. And is that just, oh, well, we just killed a fighter, so let's go find a civilian to kill? Is that how that worked?
We've got to balance the books.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's anti-Semitic.
Yeah. 1 to 1 seems like not a great ratio, honestly.
It really doesn't feel like that's... I bet, if I haven't checked, I will admit this, I haven't checked, but I bet if I went and looked at some wars from the past, I think it would have a better than 1 to 1 ratio of civilian to combatant casualties. I really do.
I bet the U.S. wasn't even putting up those kind of casualty numbers in the Middle East.
Probably not.
Although, I don't know.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, now that you've said that, you're absolutely right. No one's hands are completely clean.
No.
Let he who is without sin.
According to Reuters, 2 different sources say the Israeli army decided during the early stages of the war that it was permissible to kill up to 15 or 20 civilians for every junior Hamas operative killed.
That's more than 1 to 1. Someone's cooking the books.
Yeah. Someone here's lying.
Oh, I don't want to say who, but I bet it was Hamas probably.
I bet it's those anti-Semites at Reuters.
Those guys, famously anti-Semitic Reuters.
So, yeah, Israel still fucking acting up all these years later.
This isn't funny, but it's just unconscionable. Like, it's...
Yeah.
And like you say, the fact that we're just sitting through this and we've got actual presidents and prime ministers of actual countries just standing up and people are saying, why aren't you doing anything? They're like, doing what? Well, there's nothing to do anything about. What do you mean?
Yeah.
And I've got a particular hatred in my heart for David Lammy. I know this isn't going to translate well for the American listeners, but he's the Home Secretary of this country. He was the one from the other week who got done for fishing without a license with J.D. Vance.
Oh, yeah.
Possibly the most depressing and miserable man who has ever lived. And again, he'll sit there and tweet and be like, oh, it's unconscionable what they did to this hospital. We demand action. It's like, my dude, you are selling them the bombs.
Yeah.
Like, maybe stop doing that. That might be a good start.
Yeah. It's insane. It is insane.
I don't see... I mean, I'm about to use the phrase when this is done, which is a horrible way of saying it because God knows what that even looks like.
Yeah.
But like, when this is done, I can only hope there's some kind of reckoning for some of the actors involved in this because, and I know there won't be, but
yeah.
I would encourage, if people want to watch a video on this, there's a YouTuber called Jacob Geller who did a great video essay about Nuremberg. And he came from the position of like, when he sees things like the atrocities happening in Gaza, like, why is his head going, I hope these people get Nuremberged?
Yeah.
It's a deep dive on Nuremberg. It's really, really interesting, really, really fascinating. It really clarified a lot of moral and ethical things for me. It's really, I would recommend people go look at it. I mean, it's a tough watch, but it's good. Yeah,
it is bad times. Very bad times. And hey, that's our episode.
I could tell by the pause that was coming, and I was like, oh no.
That's been What in the World, everybody. Woo! All right. Party time. International news. This feels like the best possible time to plug some stuff. I would say listen to, in your area, the sister show to this podcast, which is also in the same feed, and the Monday show. Listen to them both.
Does that make us the male version of that? Are we the brother?
Yeah. Yeah. This is the brother show to...
I hope that's not in an insect way, because otherwise we're fucked, Adam. We've got no hope. We're going to get consumed by In Your Area.
We can get our heads eaten off by another podcast. What a way to go out, though.
But you're the host of both. Yeah. You're going to eat your own head?
Yes. For money on the internet.
Just make sure you film that then, because that's a feat, and I want to see it before I die myself.
You don't know who I am, kid.
What does that say? Someone wants me to eat my own head.
Hey, what do you want to plug besides eating your own head?
Shut Up and Answer the Question, a podcast that I run where we ask people questions, and it's a good time and a fun laugh and full of levity that we have never discussed anything serious. So if you need to pick me up after all that, either go and listen to that or go watch Dean Alex like try and inhale a whole meat pie or something. Do you not know who I am, kid?
And I think that's it. Let's get the fuck out of here. Ethan, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. We love you.